Hi everyone, Namaste Sabhe Janala. Welcome back to my video. Not just nonsense, because anyone can watch this video and get some knowledge from this video. So in today's video, we're going to discuss about the things that you should know as an international student before moving to any other country or Australia. And if you guys don't know, I'm Rajani, a registered nurse working in Australia at the moment. I started my journey as an international student, and yeah, so let's get started. So once you get your visa, the first thing you need to know is you need to know your orientation date. Once you know your orientation date, you need to book a ticket. And for booking ticket, I would recommend you to book earliest tickets as possible, because once you book the earliest date, if the border is open or the border is closed, you can come if the border is open, but if the border is closed, it can move backwards as soon as when the border opens, okay? But if you book a ticket back further and the border is open now, then you won't be able to get a ticket earlier, and it's gonna be quite expensive. So I would recommend to get a ticket as soon as possible to fix the date and get the ticket. Once you get the ticket, the second thing will be the packaging. In packaging, the things comes like what you must bring and what you must not bring. The things you cannot bring will also be listed on your ticket policy. So don't forget to check the ticket policy and the airline's policy. All the airlines might have different policies regarding the food and amount of liquids you can bring. So you need to keep a very good eye on that. While packing the stuff, the things that you must bring as an international student include stationery, paper, copies, and all that stuff is quite cheap in Australia. So I don't recommend you to bring all of those things, because it's just gonna make weight heavy in your baggage. But first 2-3 months, it will be difficult for you to get used to the pens here in Australia, because good pens are quite expensive, like $20, $25 for a good pen, and the cheaper pen are not that good. So for me, it was difficult to find a good pen when I was finished off with the pens that I bought from Nepal. So you need to make sure that you have enough of the pens. So I will recommend you to get like 10 or 12 refills or 20 of refills, and at least 3 pens with you. So the second thing is gadget. Gadget is very important for students. The main thing is laptop, and the IT student, engineer students, it might be other different things as well. For gadgets, there is not much different in the value of the price in gadget. So in Australia and in Nepal, the price range will be quite similar. If you do not own any gadget and if you have to purchase one, I would recommend you to go online, have a look how much it costs in Australia and how much it costs in Nepal. If it costs quite similar, I would recommend you to buy here, because you can also apply for student discount. And some of the major companies like Samsung, Microsoft, Apple stores, they will give like 10, 15 or 20% of discount to the students. So you might want to come here and buy the gadget if you don't own one back home. But if you already have it, then you want to reduce the spend that you do. So that's why you might want to also bring your own gadget, so you don't have to spend money. So if you have one, bring one. If you do not have one, rather than buying back home, you can buy here with the discount, okay? In clothing, the most important thing that you need to bring when you first come to Australia is black pants. Pants are very difficult to find, and if you find your kind of pant, like you can find pants, like it's not that difficult, but it's very expensive. And if you find a good one, it will be expensive. If you find a cheap one, it won't be good. So in that case, you might want to bring like 3 or 4 black pants just for your work purpose. And also jeans is quite expensive in Australia. Good jeans are difficult to find and it's very expensive. So you might want to also bring some jeans pants for yourself. The other thing is jacket. Puffer's jacket and long coat is very expensive in Australia, so you want to bring that one as well. Australian weather is very different. So morning it might be hot, and then it might be thunderstorm. At night it might be rainy. It might be like, you know, summer vibe again. So it's very difficult in Australia. Like, it's very different. The temperature is very hot at times and very cold at times. Sometimes it feels like you're in Mustang. Sometimes it just feels like you are in Chitwan. So You might want to make sure that you are covered all the time, so just bring your puffer jacket as well. It is very expensive here in Australia. A good North Face puffer jacket will cost around $450, which you don't want to spend as a student, so you might want to bring those from your country, okay? The other thing will be shoes. If you want to get a good shoes, it will be expensive, but there are a lot of shoes that you can buy from Kmart, but it might give you plantar fasciitis, or you know, it might hurt your leg, or it might just not be good. But in saying that, some of the shoes might be good as well, even though it's cheap. Not all the cheap shoes are bad, but if you want to have a proper shoes, lots of nursing universities and in placements and in working areas, Australia recommends everyone to have a black footwear, a leathered black footwear where it is water resistant. So you might want to bring 2 of the leathered shoes, which is very comfortable, sporty type leather shoes would be great. You might also want to bring some sport shoes for yourself for everyday wear, outside wearing and stuff like that, and all the daily wears, whatever you have, you can bring those things. The other thing is white polo shirt. Now, talking about white polo shirt, a lot of workplace in the beginning they will ask you to have your own clothing. All of the workplace, they will provide you the tops. Everywhere I have worked, I've always got tops from the workplace, but no one gives you the pants. So pants you have to have your own, but they will give you the tops for sure. But until they order and then they get your tops, you need to be able to wear your own uniform, which usually is a white t-shirt. White polo t-shirt in Nepal will cost around 500 rupees, which is similar to Australia. In Kmart and Big W you can find it for like $5 to $8, which is about 450 rupees. So you might just want to buy it here instead of bringing from there. Otherwise it's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to bring some traditional wear, don't bring too much, don't bring heavy stuff and make a heavy baggage. Just bring maybe 2 of the traditional wears, because you will be more focused on finding job, going to uni, coming back from uni, and you might not need that many traditional wears at the moment when you come to Australia for at least a year or so. The most important thing is the underwears. It is very difficult mainly for the females to find the underwears when you first move into Australia. It is very, very difficult to find the right size and a right one, because I have my friends, like even now they will bring it from Nepal, because the underwear is not that good, like the bras and stuff, like singlets. It's difficult to find. So you might want to bring enough for you for at least 6 to 8 months or a year. So you don't have to buy, otherwise one bra will cost you like $50, so you don't want to spend that much money as well. Yeah, so you might want to bring all of those. The other thing is sunshade. As I said, the weather in Australia is very dodgy, so you might want to have some sunshades with yourself as well, because it's very windy sometime and it's very sunny, and the UV rays will, you have to be protected all the time. So you might want to bring some UV rays protective sunglasses. If you wear spectacles, I would recommend you to bring at least 3 spectacles, because if you break one, then you might need to use more, and it's quite expensive in Australia to buy the spectacles. And some of the insurance will cover like 40 to 60%, not the overall amount of spectacles you wear, so you might want to bring that as well. If you talk about the utensils, are quite cheap in Australia, like you can buy it in $1, $2 in Kmart and stuff like that. So you might not want to bring utensils for yourself. You can bring pressure cooker because it's very expensive and it's very difficult to find in a lot of suburbs in Australia. So you might want to bring a pressure cooker with you. And also a thermos is very difficult to find in Australia and it's very expensive. So you might want to bring a thermos as well. But other stuff, I think utensils, you can buy it here. It's not that expensive. So it's just my recommendation. It's up to you. If you have more space in your luggage, you can bring everything else you want. Now, when it comes to packing, if you want to pack all the stuff together, I would recommend you to pack your stuff by yourself and choose the luggage that's very light. Now, in between, in transit and stuff like that, or after you land to Australia, if they will check your luggage, they suspect something, because sometimes it's written in Nepalese and they wouldn't understand Nepalese language, and they want to know, and they would want to know what it is, and they will take out everything from your luggage, and if the luggage is heavy, they might cut the inner part, and you don't like, they won't give you any compensation or anything for that. So you might want to get a light one without the inner coverage, if possible. And you can also put more stuff because it's light. When you're doing packaging, I would recommend you to do your own packaging. Don't include any other of your friends or anyone to do the package, because they might give some gift to you and put it on your luggage, and you wouldn't know what is inside your luggage until you are in transit, and you will be surprised to see that inside your bag. So in order for that not to happen, you need to make sure that you do your own packaging. Okay, so you have your visa, you've got your ticket, you've got you've done your packaging. Now the fourth thing will be, you have to find accommodation to live and a person who can come and pick you up from the airport. I would recommend you to have one mobile phone with you. Just make sure you will have your mobile phone with you, and there's Wi-Fi everywhere in the airport. So whenever you reach the airport, you can tell your family, parents, guardians, or whoever, your friends, that you have landed in so and so place, and then you're coming, or if you're landed in Sydney, you're coming to Sydney. I'm here, da 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 da, and you can share your location and stuff like that. Once you're here in Australia, they will ask you, where are you going? So you need to provide the detail on where you are going, with whom, and who is coming to pick you up and stuff like that, and their phone number. So you need to make sure you have that with you when you land to Australia, okay? So before that, make sure you already have someone who's going to pick you up from the airport. And if you do not have anyone who's going to pick you up from the airport, you can always ask with your university. They will manage someone to come and pick you up from the airport and take you to this student accommodation, or just come to pick you up. Okay, so these are the important things that you need to know before coming to Australia. I hope this video helped you, and in other videos I'm going to make more videos regarding what you need to know, and what how to find the jobs and all that stuff. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment below, and I will try to answer those questions. If you have been through any of the things that I have told you, you can also mention that in the comment. If you have any suggestions, please mention it in the comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll come back with similar kind of videos, and I hope it helped you and gave you some information. Thank you for watching. Bye.